Finding a culture that loves culture in northwestern Oklahoma surprised Maestro Douglas Newell when he arrived in Enid via North Carolina School of the Arts and the New England Conservatory of Music.
My wife and I came here in 1983, in the summer of 1983. We thought this would be a great place to be for about 3 years. And we still think it's a great place to be. This is, I'm in the middle of my 26th season as the conductor of the Enid Symphony Orchestra.
This professional symphony orchestra has been playing continuously for more than 100 years. Music is just part of the fabric of this community, and that's helped the Enid Symphony survive and even thrive. But until a chance meeting with this abandoned Masonic temple, the orchestra really didn't have a permanent home to call its own.
It had been vacant. These two floors had essentially been vacant since 1946 when the Masons left. It was quite a mess. It really was.
But while some couldn't initially see past the crumbling plaster and pigeon droppings, Douglas saw more.
A grand hall for concerts, a social hall, a banqueting hall, a theater, and this big 2,000 square foot empty storage area, which made a wonderful gallery.
And to his delight, his vision was contagious.
Within 6 months, we had pledges. We had, I think, about $600,000 in the bank and pledges for another $1.5 million. It happened very, very quickly.
The renovation left this space gleaming with vibrant color, floor to ceiling, and transformed into the ideal place for the Enid Symphony Orchestra to call home. But the refurbished temple is also home, it seems, for a restless spirit named George.
I was in the banquet hall, and I heard somebody walking around upstairs, and so coming down that interior stairwell going up to the 5th floor, and I was here alone, so I go out there, and here comes this guy from downstairs. I stuck my hand and said, "Well, how are you?" And he had on one of these dark blue custodial outfits, and he had a name tag that said George, and he had a little stub of a cigar in his mouth, and he didn't say a word. He just sort of walked right through me and went on down the stairwell, and the minute I lost sight of him, the sound of his steps disappeared. I don't know. I mean, it was strange.
Such a ghostly encounter is not one the maestro or anyone could soon forget. It's the sort of experience that tends to stick with you, dare I say, haunt you, in much the same way it turns out as an evening with the Enid Symphony Orchestra.